What's up, jellies?
Hello, everyone.
Behold! At one point, I'm gonna maybe make a toggle where I'm doing the behold pose that Will Smith did,
Oh my
which,
god.
and it'll just be for you.
You don't have to do all that.
I don't have to do a lot of things, but I do it because I feel like it. I thought we had this established.
It's not necessarily that you don't need to be doing all that. It's fine.
But behold, my wonderful Wolfie Zivia. Today is just gonna be a chill stream. We're just gonna be doing art and talking shit as usual. It's just the difference is that we have a special guest. Say hi one more time.
Hello.
Yay. Okay. So I switched over. So for those of y'all that have been following these art streams, I've been drawing furries again. Because let's see, the last time I did it was when I drew Tigress in January, the same year as the year of the tiger. And haven't done that ever since. But somebody saw my work with Tigress and was willing to be like, hey, I like what you do, and since you said that you want to draw furries more, I'll give you the opportunity. So I was like,
Imagine
hell
drawing
yeah.
furs.
Wait, what?
Imagine drawing furs.
Well, I don't just imagine. I'm doing it now. And I'm on the final step. All I have to do is the final rendering. Actually, let me make sure that I log that step on VGen. Okay.
Okay, so that doesn't allow me to do it at a certain size. Because I'm trying to make sure I see chat and interact.
Repeat that.
Uh, um, English is a language. But I was saying that when it has when Twitch is windowed, it's it allows me to shrink it at a certain size before chat just ups and disappears.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm trying to figure out how small that is while also being able to see my Picross.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be able to say hi to everyone and anyone who talks.
Yeah. Honestly, now that I think about it, I wonder what shading color I'm going to use. I usually use purple, but give it the
Purple.
kind of colors, as a shading color. Because unfortunately, I am a creature of habit. I am a creature of habit.
I was not as ready for this bigger Picross grid as I thought I was.
Huh.
I've been repeatedly making immediate mistakes.
Oh no. You know, at one point I'm gonna do co-working streams where I'm organizing my brushes.
I only made it 7% in and I already made a mistake.
Oh, I can still do purple.
Ah! Say it again.
Or I might do orange as the lighting. I might do orange as the lighting. Maybe. I'll do orange as the lighting and purple as the shadow.
You never escaped the all.
You can never escape. This chat is mostly purple anyway, so it's like Have you heard Dochi's new song about anxiety?
No, I'm not listening to Dochi often, honestly. Most I ever hear of Dochi is when I just hear it randomly in memes.
Mm-hmm. Shout out Soup Beans. Also, you know who's recently gotten mad at Dochi's success? The pink wigs. Cause like reason why I was thinking about that is because of the little ad libs. Cause like with the music that I'm playing right now, it's playing the anxiety song, and how she's going. Drah! And folks are like, "Oh my gosh, Dochi's breathing and all this other kind of stuff in songs is like taken from." And I'm like, I didn't know that you could have a monopoly on breathing. Aside from Mr. Krabs, of course. Because do you remember
Fine
that one
dining and
episode?
breathing.
Fine dining and breathing. Do you remember that one episode of where this nigga was trying to charge people? He was trying to charge SpongeBob and them for breathing. Like, how evil do you have to be in order to make deductions on that?
I mean, this was the same dude as sold his fry cook for 62.
Yeah, Mr. Krabs is going to hell. Cause good grief. Okay. Yeah. You know, this is probably the second time that I've gotten a commission from like a Discord server. Like for context, there's there's like this black leftist server that I'm in,
Mhm.
and that's where I found Frenzy. Frenzy is the name of the client. Because I think the conversation was about furries and stuff. And like one person was just like, furries are weird and da 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 da. And I said, not too much on them. They're out here curing COVID.
Indeed, they are.
Because for those who don't know, it was a furry who made a cure to the, well, not a cure, but made the Moderna vaccine.
Which is the best vaccine?
I thought that Pfizer was more effective, at least when it first came out, or at least like all three vaccines are somewhat effective. It's just that they have different reactions and stuff.
I thought Johnson and Johnson was the worst one.
Johnson and Johnson was the worst one because Johnson and Johnson be on some bullshit. But like it was between like the two valid ones are the Pfizer and the Moderna one. Hmm. Hmm.
I mean, really, all of them would have been effective if people would just decided to wear freaking masks.
Yeah. I think about how measles made a comeback.
Some a small child has already died.
Yeah.
And it's like, y'all had one job, but because you can't read a fucking chemical.
Well, it's not even not reading. It's more like people can't put away personal discomfort for like the betterment of other people. And folks don't like being told what to do. Even though if somebody says if you happy and you know it, clap your hands, you'll fucking follow directions. Like, oh yeah, I forgot that Spirit Box came out with a new album. Like, I'm
Spirit.
listening to my Spirit Box. Have you listened to the rock remix or the rock version of Cobra?
Uh, I'm not familiar with what you are talking about.
You know how Cobra by Megan Thee Stallion, even though she used like a sample and stuff, she ended up doing a more metal version. Excuse me. She did it with like more like drum and bass metal version with Spirit Box. And she also did a collaboration with them on her newest self-titled album and stuff because she ended up having a rock and roll piece on it. But yeah, Megan. You know, that's a collab that I really want to see. Megan and Doechii work together. I'm glad that there's like a lot more kumbaya energy with female rappers. Like one of my coworkers, like sometimes we have music discussions in the background. Sometimes I wonder when we had that one meeting on productivity. It's just like, did you do it with us in mind? Because like it's me and two of my coworkers who are the same age, and we be talking shit in the back. And then sometimes my senior, we'll call him Wilson, and he's not that much older than us. I think he's like in his mid 30s. We had a music discussion and stuff, and he said that it's nice that like female rappers are working together and there's like not as much animosity and stuff, but that's kind of boring. And I'm like, nah, the rap beef has long since been drawn out, mainly because it's literally been Nicki Minaj versus everybody. Like maybe the reason why rap beef amongst female rappers is so boring was because it was literally the same person but a different opponent every fucking time, and that shit gets old.
Fair enough.
And not to mention, you don't need rap beef to be exciting. Like, just focus on your fucking craft. Like, disses can be fun. We're not gonna sit here and act like the Drake dog piling wasn't fun because literally it was like anybody and everybody was participating. And like speaking of Megan, let's talk about how Megan really needs her flowers. Like I'm so happy for Doechii, but it kind of pissed me off that Megan wasn't like nominated for anything and that she hasn't been given recognition because like even a bunch of rap heads have been talking about Doechii's pen and stuff, and that's great because I've been following Doechii since like Spooky Coochie, which was like this funny Halloween song. Like a bunch of people got onto Doechii through like Yucky Blucky Fruitcake, but I got onto her through Spooky Coochie. Actually, which came out first?
But they came out at the same time.
I'm gonna look it. I'm gonna look it up. Give me a minute. See, that came out November 27, 2020. And then Spooky Coochie came out October 20th, 2019. So I was here. I was here before everybody else because it was Yucky Blucky Fruitcake that made her go viral and really put her on the map. So I was here before that. And you know the industry plant allegations is fucking stupid because like she's not one. It's incorrect. Number one and number two. Um, the progression that she's had as an artist that actually is normal before like music was hella into streaming and stuff. Like doing small things and then having a major hit and then performing at award shows and stuff and doing minor collabs here and there and stuff and having that steady climb. That's how being a music artist should be. But because of stuff like streaming and production companies not wanting to do their damn job, that's why we don't see that as often. Like it depends so much on being viral and stuff. Even though like part of an artist's virality is literally the company putting in effort to like market their talent. So I'm glad she has a really good production team that's willing to push her. Because you could be talented all day, right? But like if you don't have like a decent team that can help convince the audience of that or help the audience witness that, then it's like, damn. Why the hell are we here, you know?
Yeah.
I think about how fucking Florence and the Machine is out here on TikTok. Get that woman off that app. She don't go here.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Like Florence and the Machine, she's not into like social media that way, and she looks very awkward on there. And it's obvious that her damn production team is making her go on there. And I don't like that because like having your stars do lives and stuff, it like defeats the purpose of signing up for a production company or a publishing company. Cause like the reason why artists do that is so that they don't have to do the marketing. And one could argue, well, sometimes interacting with your fans and stuff that could add a personal touch of relatability and whatnot. But I argue that stars shouldn't necessarily be obligated to be relatable. Like, it's nice to have people that you could look up to directly and stuff, but there is an aspect of fantasy when it comes to being a performer. And it's not, a lot of people talk about it for the enjoyment of the audience, but a lot of people forget that part of that fantasy is also so that performers can have a layer of separation. Because you don't want random people in your business all the time, right?
Mm.
But that's literally part of the reason why so many people do VTubing. Is so that we could go to the grocery store and not have to be bothered for a fucking autograph. Or at least that's kind of me. I don't have an issue with showing my face. It's just I don't feel like it. And also, people be weird, and I would like be really mean if somebody came to me the wrong way about it.
I guess most of the reason why I decided to do VTubing was because it's like, hey, I get to be a character.
Yeah, and it's fun. Because like I think we've talked about this before. When we were talking about like the talk sprite characters that artists would have,
Yeah.
and I'm still of the firm belief that VTubing is just an advanced version of that. Because it wasn't even just artists that did it. Like a lot of commentary YouTubers did it as well. Like just a robot and them. Even though I hate that nigga. Like I find that guy annoying.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't like my face too much. So it's like, hey, I get to be behind this character and they can't tell me anything. Woo.
Oh, but you have such an adorable face.
Eh,
I'ma squish it.
you always want to try and squish me.
Yeah, and that's not gonna stop.
But yeah, that's more or less why I decided to do VTubing. Like, I very much could do face cam streams, but no, you know, like my face. You don't get face. Unless I want to give you my face.
I like my face somewhat. However, I like being without the pressure of having to get ready and shit. I'm wearing a bonnet right now.
Technically, it's no different in your actual avatar.
Yeah, but no different from your avatar. Like I literally use your face as a reference, and it looks cute because I drew it. Oh, thank you for the
Uh,
follow. Hey, Hangaku. I thought you were doing a collab.
Kangaku!
Are you still doing it, or you were just dropping by to say hello?
He might be typing.
Okay, I'll wait.
They was already damn.
Ah, damn. Well, welcome to the stream. As you can
M-
see,
uh, that's our bad. I made you watch Mononoke.
I'm sorry if I didn't need the bathroom break during Mononoke. Then you might have had the extra time. For context, we took Hangaku hostage to pirate the new Mononoke movie.
Is it really hostage if he enjoyed it?
True.
That and he also wanted to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think that's a hostage situation anymore. Hostage is being there unwilling.
Wait, BB just sent me a DM about Love and Deep Space. Why the hell did
No.
somebody give Xavier a schizophrenia headcanon and call him an ableist slayer? Like, why the hell are we here? I'm tired of this fandom. This is why I don't talk to anybody.
Yeah, boy.
Folks be weird. And for what? So why is it okay? So one thing about Love and Deep Space, right? There are memories because in the game you're supposed to collect memories to not only like spend time with the characters to level up your relationship, but those memories have like specific powers that you can use to fight and stuff. And each guy has like a corresponding myth or story where it's like a multi-part thing, and it's like long as hell. Like these memories could be like 2 hours long, and you get through them through chapters and shit. And you could have like multiple myths for a character because Raphael, for example, he has like a god of the sea myth. He has like an assassin sort of myth. Um, Xavier has an alien prince sort of thing going on, and I think it's like the urban legend Lumiere. Um, I'm trying to think. Zane has like a Ice King thing, and there's another one where he's like a controller of time or some shit. And Silas, he only has one since he's a more new character, and it's like dragon theme. And people are like, um what's another myth that you want to do?" And somebody's just like, "Can we do a Hades and Persephone thing?" And I'm like, let that shit go. I'm bored. Like, I'm tired of Hades and Persephone retellings. It's not that they can't be good, because I do like the Hades game, but it's just like the original myth is like heavily rooted in xenophobia and shit. Because, like, for context, Persephone was originally like a very powerful. Where was she from? She's a very powerful goddess from another region that ended up being brought into the fold after that region got conquered. And like, people often bring up how, oh, she's very powerful and stuff as a means to like diminish what happened to her, when like we can acknowledge her as a powerful goddess, but that doesn't make her any less of a victim in the situation, because the point of the myth was to like express colonial sentiment. Like, yeah, your goddess is all powerful and shit, but at the end of the day, she's still a political hostage. Like, that's the meaning of the Hades and Persephone story. It's showing domination uh, over a conquered culture by reducing their agriculture goddess to the wife of a powerful god in the conqueror's pantheon. And folks, all they do is just like, no, we're just gonna do what song is this? Hold on. I'm still on my release radar. Who's a part of this? Huh. This is very different from what I usually listen to. But it sounds cool. But no, pretty much all of these retellings have to offer is, oh, hey, Rosette, how's it going?
Oh, hello.
Zivia, this is Rosette. Rosette, this is Zivia.
Hello.
And then, actually, let me give a shout out to Rosette, because when I get my taxes, I'll actually be getting a live TD model. Because Rosette has started to practice doing live TD.
Oh, cool.
Let me
Also,
remember the command.
we are
We're,
also in ad break.
we're in ad hell.
Yeah.
We're in ad hell.
I've collected many a
Oh, don't worry.
tutorial for doing
Mm-hmm.
those, but it's also like, oh god, there is so much.
Oh, no.
It'll
Aw. Wait, what'd you change your name to? Ooh, that's too. Is it let me? Oh yeah, it's your username. Gotcha. I'm trying to shade these damn eyes. But don't worry, my I can send resources to Jay and they can send the to you. Yeah, because Zivia is also learning how to do live 2D.
When I'm able to get to it, that is.
Yeah, their
I'm
computer
just
is unfortunately a dinosaur.
well, it's not necessarily a dinosaur. Like it's a it's a gaming laptop, but it's a pre-built, and pre-builts are kind of ass. So it's not necessarily a oh, I just can't do it. It's more like I don't think my computer can handle it. Even though it's a gaming laptop and yeah, it sucks.
Also,
Because
we
I
can
got this back before the sorry.
wait. Hold on, we can hear Zivia, right? I probably should have done a sound check.
I mean, it should be fine because like
Yeah,
I changed my mic and stuff.
because I am. It is playing Discord audio, so it should be able to pick you up.
Yeah, because I mean, well, Zoo. Should I just call you Zulamar or is Rosette still fine?
I can hear you both. Yay!
Yeah, because they were able to answer me when they were saying they could send resources to you to send to me. But yeah, as much as I would love to start right now, I don't think my computer can even run li a live 2D model at the moment, which is why I'm using my PNG even when I start streaming myself. The
Mm-hmm.
most animation I'm going to have is that I can blink. Because I only have 16 gigabytes of RAM on this computer, and that's me upgrading. Originally, it was 8. And unfortunately, 8 ain't shit for some of these games. Ooh. 2K is kind of steep, fam, though I am very grateful. For you see, I am currently in college. I am a brokey.
Mm-hmm. I'm just nodding because I'm eating.
But we can't see you nod. You're just a static pitch.
I'm sorry. I can't make myself nod. I'm not advanced enough.
Yeah, but I don't even have space for a PC. I'm in a dorm. And I know good and well that my grandparents aren't going to want to hold a whole PC along with my other stuff in their car.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, I kind of need this laptop right now. Or I need it for schoolwork, and a lot of my games are on my computer and some other documents.
Mm-hmm.
So if it were not for that, I'd love to.
Let's see. What should I do with these highlights? Okay.
Huh. Casino
I
night.
hate doing lights. I need to like come up with a surefire way of doing. No worries, understandable. I'm gonna learn. Okay, have fun. I need to look up. Like I draw eyes all the time. Eyes are like one of my favorite things to draw, and yet every time I do it digitally and I get to that point, I struggle. Like I want to live. Get some rest. Let's see. We love you, Jazz. Oh, it's by Lewis Cole. Okay, did he release? This is a single. Oh, it's just a single. Damn. I love Lewis Cole. Um, Zivia, do you know about Knower?
I
Remember the
think
government
so.
knows?
Yeah, that's why I was like, I think so.
Yeah, that white dude who was leading the group. That's Lewis Cole.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like his stuff.
He made a new song. Or, well, you thought he made a new song.
Yeah, he's actually just featured on a new song. Because I'm like, oh, did he release a new? No, I'll just enjoy this single. It's fine. It sounds good so far.
He has not come out of the den yet.
Not quite. It sounds good though. Let's see. See. If I go silent all of a sudden, it's because I'm in focus mode. But as long as somebody like I guess metaphorically taps me on the shoulder, I'll like snap out of it. Like I'll still be working. Actually, want to talk about the Mononoke movie?
Uh, sure.
Just
What about?
without spoilers and stuff. Have you seen the show, actually?
I know.
Okay, that's fine. Maybe we could pick a day to watch it sometime because it was a show before it became a movie. And the premise is still the same. Like, for those who don't know, Mononoke is this supernatural mystery anime about this medicine seller that goes around, um, traveling across the country and solving people's problems and shit. And Mononokes, they're an actual creature in folklore. They're mainly malevolent spirits born out of some kind of malice or trauma. And they don't necessarily have to be the spirits of the dead either. Like sometimes a person who's like dealing with unresolved issues could just generate that much negative energy that it ends up physically manifesting on its own. And the episode deals with that. But I do have a warning. Like in the first episode, it's him going to a brothel because there's like these weird spirits attacking the inhabitants, and there's like a pregnant lady there trying to seek shelter. And like there's some black looking characters, but they're drawn to look like caricatures. Like they're practically blackface characters and shit. And I was like, whoa. Because I remember getting Mononoke recommended to me for a long time. I hate it whenever people recommend stuff, and then whenever there's something like offensive or even wildly dramatic in there, they don't want to tell anybody. Like that's like recommending South Park and telling people that there aren't gonna be, and not telling people that there's gonna be slurs or some shit in there. Like, don't do that. Be considerate of others, because not everybody can handle everything, and not everybody wants to engage with certain stuff. But pretty much, if you could get past the blackface episode, it's fine from there. Because like you do see some darker skinned characters, although they don't like go darker than like maybe Rihanna shade and stuff. Where the hell are the ears? What layer did I put that on?
Now you forgetting the ear layer.
No, I think that I merged it with something. Oh, it's because I'm on the wrong person. I was just like, where the fuck is the ear layer? Because I realized there was like a stray line. But no, it's a really good. Like, if you could get past the if you could get past the blackface episode, it's a really cool supernatural mystery series, and it just deals with like everyday people going through everyday life, and because of them not being honest with themselves, um, shit gets disastrous as a result.
I was about to say, do you mean catastrophic? You kind of
Catastrophe.
tripped.
Yeah, I combine catastrophe with disaster. Cause like I remember binge watching the entirety of Mononoke. Cause like I've had a passive interest in storylines like that since Hellgirl. Cause like when I first started watching anime, and ironically like not that I ever watched it ironically, but it was like I knew what anime was and could look it up specifically versus oh this is just a cartoon that's playing. And it's just like, yeah, this is just a cartoon that's playing, but it's a specific type of cartoon that's playing, right? I was watching Kaze no Stigma, Karekano, and Hellgirl. And Hellgirl has like a similar thing going on where it, season one at least, it follows the perspective of an investigator who's trying to solve these missing persons cases because like all of them points towards Hellgirl, but it's just like, oh, she's not real. Pretty much, it's like one of those urban legend animes where if you go online at midnight with hatred in your heart, and you type in the name of that person that you hate, then you'll be greeted by this spirit named Hellgirl, and she'll give you a doll with a red string tied around it. And when you pull the red string, it'll send that person to hell, but it'll also mark you where when you die, you also end up going to hell as well because you're literally doing malevolent magic against somebody. And it kind of deals with like the morality of like seeking justice through such unconventional means and stuff, and it also like is a good introduction to like the concept of hell under Buddhist principles, because like most world religions have like a concept of hell, right? And specifically the Buddhist principle of hell is that hell is a physical place, and it's specifically manifested through the negative energy that's done by like immoral actions. So like there's a specific hell for AI bros, for example. Because like when somebody ends up being sent to hell, they're reminded of the shit that they did leading up to that, and they're like tortured by the very things that they did.
Ah,
Mm-hmm. So like say, how do I think it was like somebody who was like doing sacrificing people with shitty working conditions, so he was like crushed by his own machines or something. It's been so long since I've seen it, and I can't remember the exact torture methods. Is this Madison McFerrin? Oh, it is Madison McFerrin. Zivia, you've listened to Madison McFerrin before. Remember GGK and Carol and Tuesday?
I haven't watched Carol Tuesday.
Oh my god.
I've been busy.
Okay, some of these shows I be binge watching while cleaning. Although I did watch this show with my mom. You know what Carol and Tuesday is about, right? Okay, so Carol and Tuesday actually takes place in the same universe as Cowboy Bebop. This is several years further into the future. It takes place on Mars with the human colony. You have Carol, who's the daughter of a rising star politician, but she's not content with the expectations of being a politician's daughter and stuff. So she runs away to do music, and she meets with Carol, who's a daughter of an Earthling immigrant, and but she lives by herself and stuff, and she's just trying to get through work and stuff, but they can't keep work consistently. So they both decide to do music together, and it follows their journey as rising stars and stuff, and it's really nice. The ending is very ambiguous. Well, I wouldn't say it's ambiguous. It has an open ending, but let's see. There's this show that they end up think American Idol, where they get to showcase their skills and
Isn't
stuff.
that the? Isn't that the one with? There's the fucking bullshit.
Yup. And it's so funny because me and my family, we always make references to that song because it's so iconic. The name of the was it a quartet or a quintet? It was a quintet group called the Mermaid Sisters, and they were all non-binary, and they were singing a quartet piece of just profanity, and it was iconic. They ended up losing though because it's just like, you know damn well that's too vulgar for TV. Funny as hell though. Funniest shit I've ever seen. And fun fact about Carol and Tuesday, like each episode references a specific song and stuff because they do make references to like actual music greats. and they talk about the different aspects of the industry and some of the struggles that artists go through and stuff, because like one of the themes explored is like the value of human made music, because there's like a rising of AI algorithms making music, and like the importance of having a human hand attached to certain things. Because like Carol and Tuesday, part of their appeal as artists is that they don't have the fucking money in order to make AI music in the first place, so they have to do it on their own and come straight from the heart with it. And because people, it sort of reminds people of certain working class struggles with it. It also inspires people to go back to foundation when it comes to music making. Because, for example, I told you that Tuesday, fuck, I accidentally called Carol. Tuesday is the daughter of the politician. Carol is the Earth immigrant descendant, right? Um, when Tuesday ran away to do music, she was making a reference to Madonna, and I can't remember what song it was, but they made a reference with Madonna with the name of the episode. Sort of. So sometimes, um, with the songs that are picked, they can actually foreshadow what's going to happen in that episode. This was also sort of what got me into Thundercat. Like, I was already vaguely aware of Thundercat due to listening to a lot of Flying Lotus. Flying Lotus is actually, I don't know. Like, he's the music equivalent of he's the music equivalent of like Afro surrealism, at least to me. But I don't know exactly what genre he is. Actually, let me look that up right now. Flying Lotus, because it should say so in his description. He makes avant-garde jazz. Yeah, that sounds right. Um, because like in some of his albums, Thundercat played a lot on there on bass, but it was when he played as a character named Skip where he got to play. But Madison McFerrin, she plays as a character named GGK, who is a competitor on the show, and her whole thing is like having some sort of connection with the cosmos. And she does really cool, does really fluid and graceful movements with her singing, as if she's like trying to connect with the ethos and stuff as she performs. It's very phenomenal.
Sensational.
And that's what got me into Madison McFerrin. How I ended up finding her again was through a Colors show, because Colors is a YouTube page that's revolved around, exposing people to up and coming artists, or even reintroducing people to music greats, because they've had Common and Brandy on there, and we know that they've been established, right? But Colors helped get Earth Gang viral, because Earth Gang, the best way to describe them is modern outcasts. Like
You
they,
told me about them before.
because the song that they did was called Up. Actually, I'll play it in the background. It's Spotify. Where's the Color Show version? It was like that specific recording got a lot of people onto them, and you've heard them before, because remember with the at least the most recent thing that I remember is them doing the theme for for the Spider-Man 2 game with Peter and Miles. They did the promo song for that.
Hmm.
But yeah, they really remind me of like early Outcasts. Bitches around. That shit. I got shit. I'm on up. That shit. I got shit. I'm on up. What's that thing about again? Um,
Hmm.
GTK, Carol and Tuesday. I lost my train of thought. Honestly, I think that was it. Carol and Tuesday is good. It introduced me to a lot of new music. I also watch color shows in order to get acquainted with new stuff because they always promote new stuff. Because like they helped Doja Cat with the Juicy performance. They promoted Billie Eilish. There's like a lot of there's a lot of R&B and stuff from because they actually support a lot of artists internationally and stuff. Like I knew about Fatoma, the lady that collaborated with Gorillas with Desole.
Yeah.
I knew about her before Desole came out because the song that she did that was released that year in Teddy that was released I think before Gorillas came out with Desole. Actually, I could play that. let's go back to light songs. Wait, no, this was release radar. I just realized that I miss listening to the. That was the Living Tombstone song. We'll just start here. I need to adjust the color of the eyebrows. Hmm. Let's see. Muzzle. Hmm. There's like a weird color. Oh, there it is. I'm just like, where the hell did this random stripe come from? And somebody could say, Jayla, nobody's gonna see it. You just saw it because you zoomed in. I'm like, yeah, but Jesus will know.
Jesus will know. It was crazy.
Jesus will know.
Saying like we committed to sin.
Well, my mom told me that for. What's that scripture? It's like, whatever your hands do, do it with excellence. I'm looking at. Okay. Whatever your hand finds to do, to actively pursue and complete any task or opportunity that comes your way with vigilance and full effort, as there is no work or planning possible after death. Make the most of your time while you have it. So if I see a random thread of color that should not be there on this art piece, I'm like, hmm. Okay, and then let me look at Lily's line work before I continue the shading. I am getting used to coloring the line work more often because I think it looks nice.
Yay. I'm not sure how to go about it for my stuff yet.
Yeah, experiment.
Well, when I actually draw, that is, but The most I've been doing is graphic design work. And while that's great, that's not much.
I say that it's a lot. Because, actually, it's okay. Is it okay if I could talk about it?
Sure. I mean, it's mostly just prep work more than anything actually important, like a model.
Yeah, but like, it's still something. And like, your prep work, that is a part of your marketing and stuff. It's not just your model.
I mean, I've already made a post about my progress anyway, so it's not really a secret.
Yeah, but it's just the fact that, like, you've been struggling with art with certain things. So being able to make art for yourself, even if it's small things, it's still important. Because you're still
Hmm.
creating. Nigga. I don't know. Thinking about how when I was talking about gorillas earlier and listening to this, remember those memes about gorillas in a nutshell?
Uh,
Like that, ooh, sleepy Steve, where you been? Hold on, let me find it. I wonder if anybody like guest rappers is on a gorilla song. I've been in since 10, kicking product round the bend. My mom died of tuberculosis. I'm slipping into psychosis. Damon Albarn on the chorus. Ooh, flimsy Steve, where did you go? What have you seen? I wonder if somebody actually made a video. Somebody actually made a video. Hold on. We're gonna do a short intermission from drawing. I'm gonna save this canvas cause shit be happening and I'm scared. I'm gonna save this canvas cause shit be happening and I'm scared. And we gonna watch the flimsy Steve. Give me a minute. Let me stop the music. Browser. There's been a couple of variations of this apparently. Wait, pause. I just realized that Zivia's thing ain't on here. Say something
well,
real
it's
quick. Like your sound is,
uh
but not your model.
okay, so there's two issues here. One, so I don't have the overstimulation of double voices, I have you muted on Twitch.
Okay. Then I'll shut up when I play the video. Give me a moment, cause I get it. because I
I mean,
also
I'm
have.
gonna be delayed anyway, because that's just how Twitch latency is for some reason.
Okay, but I'll still shut up. Why the hell does this look like AI? We're gonna tolerate it for a couple of seconds. I'm gonna pray, but I'm gonna shut up in 3, 2, 1.
I don't hear anything. Yeah, I don't hear anything.
You don't hear anything? We love scuff. It's like no matter what happens. Oh, there is no audio source. Hold
I was like, I feel
on.
like I should be hearing something, but I don't hear anything.
I want to live. Oh, because it only got the window capture, not the sound capture. I'm gonna. That's how I feel. That's just how I feel. Um, let's see if this works. It don't. Ugh. Honestly, just look it up. I need to finish this calm. I'll give up. So I don't have patience. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
We're gonna play lo-fi to decompress. Actually, let's do an actual intermission. Because I'm gonna heat up something. I'll be back. Do 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 do. Commercial break.
truth, so I'm telling you. All this time in the back of my mind. Let me learn what I never knew. You got me like, ooh, I don't care. I want you to take me there. Baby, let's get away. Will I know what it means? Is this love? 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 Is this love taking over me? Feel that energy. Is this love? Is this love? Is this love? Some things I just can't seem to figure out. This feeling of love jumping up and down.
Okay, we're back.
Hello.
Speaking of back, something that I gotta remind is that don't forget that I got a major VTuber event coming up in a couple of months. Because I have to remind myself to promote this thing. I gotta remind myself to promote this thing on stream. Here's like honestly, I should make that into a command until we finish. Because that seems smart. You know, if y'all clicking on the link in the chat, I almost said side chat. If y'all click on the link in the chat, you will see a public announcement promoting the VMAT Gala, which I will be hosting along with Senna. When I figure out a command on how to do a shout out without having like to type this shit out, I'll be OP. Especially since I got a Steam Deck. I gotta use it more than just pressing the setup button. Because did you know on the Steam Deck you can set up like a sequence? I'm gonna live. Ugh. Is this it? Yay! And then in a few minutes I'll shout out Semi because it only lets you do it every couple of minutes. Which I think is a little bit lame. I love Duran. Duran Bernard. Did you see that one video that went viral? Some like dude dressed up as Uncle Bobby from the Proud Family, and he was
No.
singing whistle notes.
No.
I'm gonna cry, Cephidae.
I'm not on your corner of the internet like that.
Yeah, you're not on Twitter anymore.
Absolutely
But I
not.
think this was. I think it was before you left. Though I'll send it to you. Well, no, we'll watch it after. But no, before Tyler the Creator said "fuck your pronouns," I'm that nigga and that bitch. Duran Bernard said I'm a bad bitch and I'm that nigga. With his song Mango Butter. Technically, the first time I listened to his music was when I was listening to Queen Herbie. Queen Herbie, um, was that white girl that I listened to that makes rap music. Remember the Sugar Daddy song that I really like? That he love me, he give me on his money. That Gucci Prada come be my sugar.
No.
It's okay. I feel like you know Ready Player One, right?
Yeah, what about it?
There was like this one meme that somebody made about Ready Player One and how it's pretty much just a bunch of name drops of franchises and it doesn't really matter the actual context of shit. But it's given that. I'm just like, have you heard of It's okay. I just feel like a Family Guy cutaway gag. This is like that. If I can manifest a way to have the cutaway gag happen to explain the thing for me, somebody's like, what's a very obscure superpower you could have? That would be it.
Oh, God.
This is like that time when I'm a bad bitch and I'm that nigga. I don't think you heard me. I'm gonna play that because I actually like this. I really like the Tiny Desk version of it because it was from a Tiny Desk performance. And that's why he was dressed up as Uncle Bobby because everybody else was also dressed up in accordance to the character.
Well, everybody, it's on the ad break right now.
Okay, we'll play Mango Bananas by Flying a Boss. Light.
Okay, it's 29 seconds left.
Okay. We'll let the song finish before we'll get to the next one. Bananas. Mango bananas. Mango bananas. Mango bananas.
And now, ad break over.
Yay. And then I'll go ahead and give the shout out to Simi. I'm gonna see if there's a way to make the face glow. There should be. Add glow. Color dodge? No. Go bananas. Oh, let me go to the next one. Because the song that I was trying to play was Mango Butter. I'm a bad bitch and I'm that nigga. I don't think you heard me. I'm a bad bitch and just in case you're wondering. Take it. You know, I just love that song, especially the transition to the next song that happened. I can't remember what it is, but I'll show you when I get there. What am I gonna play? I'll just play the Creature Commandos playlist. I have a problem. I've been listening to American Wedding on the way to work because it's been helping me get through the day. I don't know what's about it that's helping me get to work, but it's helping. So maybe I should consider. This is what Zivia got to deal with. Wait, Zivia, were you there in stream when folks were watching Creatures Commandos?
couple of times, but I wasn't really that interested in it.
That's okay. To be honest, James Gunn be writing the same kind of thing. Like this nigga only knows how to write a ragtag group of outcasts who don't like each other at first, but they end up warming up to each other. Because remember, this is the same dude who did the recent Galaxy Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I wasn't interested in that. I'm
I wasn't interested in it either, but I did like Creature Commandos because like the kind of characters that was in there was something that I was interested in. I just wanted to see how they incorporated Frankenstein into the lore. And it's kind of cool that it's semi book accurate. Well, not quite, because there wasn't a bride that was made in Frankenstein, but like in most variations that do tackle the bride as a character, she ends up hating him. Because the first time I was acquainted with that concept was probably Penny Dreadfuls, which was a show that used to come on Netflix, and it had. Have you seen Miss Peregrine? There's a book about Miss Peregrine and the peculiar children and shit, and they made a movie about it, and it has Samuel
Miss
L. Jackson in it.
Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.
They made a movie adaptation of it, and the lady who
I
played as
watched
her.
that.
Oh, you saw the movie?
Yes.
The actress who plays as Miss Peregrine is the lady who plays as the main character. What's her name? It's been so long. Like it's been literal years. I think Vanessa. Give me a minute. Cause like I really love that show. Like I found out who Patty LuPone was through Penny Dreadful, even though I saw her as White Diamond, not White Diamond, Yellow Diamond first. Yeah, Ava Green is the name of the actress. The character's name is Vanessa Ives. But think of have you seen the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
No.
Okay, so the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is like think of the Avengers but for gothic literature. Gothic and adventure literature specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Cause it's like I think World War I is starting and somebody was like, I'm a gather a team. So you got like fucking Tom Sawyer as like an expert sharpshooter. You have Mina Harker, who's a vampire and a spy. You have Captain Nemo from 1,000 Leagues Under the Sea. You got Dorian Gray, who's pretty much a tank because he's able to regenerate every time he looks at the mirror. You got Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, who's the other tank. He's the Hulk. He's pretty much the Hulk. Um, I can't remember the other dude who's played by. Damn. It's sad because like the actor who plays as him looks very much like the actor who plays in Penny Dreadful, but they are not the same person. They're just the same kind of white man. But I can't remember his name. Fuck. But pretty much it's like that. So Penny Dreadful, think that, but without the Avengers level plot. Um, so pretty much the premise is that Sir Malcolm, who is the father of Mina Harker, is recruiting extraordinary people in order to take down Dracula so he could save his daughter. And her best friend Vanessa, even though like yes, Mina Harker did have a best friend, but her name was Lucy. And she was laid prey to Dracula. But Vanessa is like the Lucy stand in, but she has her own thing going on because she has like she's I wanna say clairvoyant.
Rest well.
Who's going to sleep? Good night. Thanks for coming. Have a good
Nice to
evening.
meet you.
Clairvoyant. That's the ability to speak with the dead, right? Wait, no. It's the not quite. she can't tell the future, but she could like read objects and stuff, and she could commune with the dead. And so all I need to do is add light. I think something is off. So when I color pick the hair colors, right, it's a bit too close to the color of brown on the fur, so there's barely any differentiation. So I'm going to add a little bit more contrast to that. Look, I knew something was off. Ooh, that's too bright. That's better. That's better. But but yeah, he was gathering extraordinary people to save his daughter and stuff. And Vanessa was the friend who had supernatural powers and a complicated relationship with the family. And it was a
Love
really good,
those.
huh?
We love those.
Yeah. And it was a really good show. Like, um, when I was talking about the Frankenstein thing, right? So Victor Frankenstein, he's a lot. Well, he's young anyways. He's like our age when he be on his bullshit. He's introduced as apprentice for for um for Van Helsing, because Van Helsing, he was a doctor, right? And I think Victor worked in the morgue because that's how he was able to get his parts, or he was working in the dissection field because they would do public demonstrations where they would cut open a body and stuff in order to teach parts of the anatomy and shit. And once the bodies were disposed of, he would use those spare parts in order to make things. But this Frankenstein, when he ran away from his creation and his creation fucked off, he fucked off for a long bit. So he tried to do it again. He ended up making a second person named Proteus. And then the first creation comes back and he starts roasting the shit out of him. Like, something
I'm just
that's
thinking about the one scene in Devil May Cry with fucking Dante where the original Frankenstein comes back, see him Proteus, is like, what the hell is this?
literally, you're just like, you had the nerve to try this shit again after what you did with me, and you neglected me, father, bitch ass nigga. Like, he was straight up going off on him because, like, I feel like a lot of people fucking forget that in the book, the monster is actually articulate as fuck. Like, he learned how to speak just so he could go off on this nigga. He hated. Do you know how crazy it is to hate somebody so bad that you become literate just so you can shit on them well? We can never have haters like that. I can't even say that Kendrick is on that level. Because that nigga
Uh,
was already a Pulitzer Prize winner.
but wasn't it during that beef that he got the Pulitzer Prize?
No, it was way before that.
I could have sworn he
I think
got
he
it
got
during
the
it.
I think he got the Pulitzer Prize. No, he been had that. I think it was for Good Kid, Mad City. Give me a moment. Let me look it up. Oh, never mind. It was for Damn. Yeah, in 2018, Kendrick Lamar became the first hip hop artist to win a Pulitzer Prize for music for his 2017 album Damn. The award was historic, marking the first time the prize went to a work outside of classical or jazz. The Pulitzer jury's decision was unanimous, but the advisory board initially rejected it, leading two jury members to resign.
It, why did you resign?
Either because they didn't like that he won it, because it was just like, oh, this isn't what's the word, distinguished institution anymore or some shit. Bitch ass. Bitch asses. Stupid shit. But but yeah, he been won that. Now I will say that I think that he went to a psychology class to look up some specific shit. To learn some specific shit for this beef. No, he already had that pen in him. Just like Drake already had that bitch in him. But well, no, not bitch. It was hoe. No, he got some. But you know, I actually mention Kendrick Lamar whenever I'm doing programs and stuff at my job, because I give the presentation for music, teaching Arkansas music history and stuff, and I'm like, who knows what a Pulitzer Prize is? The kids don't know. I'm like,
Damn,
who knows who Kendrick Lamar is?
everybody raises.
Yeah. I even make references to Kendrick Lamar like during the call and response. Because leading up to the Super Bowl, I'm like, y'all finna see an example of call and response at the Super Bowl. That shit was funny as hell to me. They're like, Jayla, you can't do that. I'm like, I didn't say the words. I'm just saying it exists. Good times. But what was I thinking about before? Oh yeah, the fucking monster learned how to speak just so he could go off on his. It wasn't just that, but like it was partially that. So like he's supposed to be very articulate in his anger, and people forget that because of, I think the film adaptation led to that. And that was because they wanted to paint the monster as like a lot more sympathetic, because like if we're going to be so fucking for real, the monster is very much a victim in the situation, but he's also a villain towards literally everybody else. Like he's bitch made, like father like son type shit. Ugh. I'm trying to work on these glow effects and shit. Honestly, do I need to add more light? Like, do I need to add lighting? Because I really don't be doing that. Partially because I suck at it. And I just omit the detail. I'm like, the client don't care as long as it still looks good. They're going to be like, you just use shadows on it. What the But then I had to remind myself, Jesus will know. Jesus will know.
Jesus ain't gonna come down here.
Yeah, it's not the right time yet. That would be so fucked up if I brought the end times because I refuse to do anything beyond the shading that I did.
You would have to confess to your sins then.
I'm already confessing to it now. Not to mention, I'm Protestant. We don't do that. He probably should, though. And there's some things that Catholics did have right. It's just, I didn't want to have to pay for time out of purgatory. That wasn't the only controversy that led to like the Reformation. But it was definitely one of those things. Okay, I'm doing something. Who else was there? There's a character named Ethan Becker who's supposed to be the American werewolf in London. Um, Dr. Jekyll does show up at the end, but we don't care. Because he was barely there. Like, they made a reference to him, but he didn't even go through the experiment yet. He was a colleague of Frankenstein who was, like, helping him with his bullshit. And I don't know, it would have been interesting. Like, they casted an Indian actor to play as him.
Interesting.
Because, I don't know, it would have brought an interesting angle. Because, like, when he turns into Mr. Hyde, we don't know how that would be examined. Because, honestly, they could have, if they had more time, and if, well, it's not even having more time. Because, like, they did resolve a lot of things, even though the resolution was fucking ass. Like, it was definitely a fucking Nosferatu reference now that I think. Oh my god, it was a Nosferatu reference. I fucking hate it here.
You're never
Ugh.
gonna escape that vampire, are you?
We're never gonna escape that bald ass bitch. I'm tired of him. Especially actually knowing what Nosferatu is about. Like, it's not just a Dracula ripoff. How dare you? For those who don't know, I got Draculatism. Because I grew up with that nigga. I don't even like him like that. But he's practically my next door neighbor that I know too much about because he always got his business out. And even though I don't like him that much, sometimes I feel the need to defend him. Because it's just like, damn. He's low-key ass. And by low-key, I mean high-key ass. But we gonna shit on him for accurate reasons. Right? But, like, how dare you take a story where a woman is, like, being stalked and shit, and she gets to fight and triumph over the weirdo who's trying to take possession over her, right? And then you take that ending where she gets to defeat him and live a normal life, and then make it where she has to, like, sacrifice herself just to save the rest of the community when she is the primary target. Like, and then Robert Eggers made it fucking worse by adding the additional context of, like, grooming and shit. Like, I can't stand Robert Eggers. Maybe I'll watch The Lighthouse with William Dafoe and Robert Pattinson, because apparently that's really good. But that's just going to confirm my theory that he just sucks at writing women. If The Lighthouse is really good, then Robert Eggers is actually a good filmmaker. He just sucks at writing women. And that's fucking sad. Cause you know that Lighthouse movie with William Dafoe and Robert Pattinson. It's about those it's literally two dudes working in a lighthouse, and you usually only have two at a time, and it takes a toll because you're living in isolation and stuff until the next person comes out to rotate on the shift. And I think they were like running out of supplies or something.
Hmm.
Start wearing purple, wearing purple. Start wearing purple now. They gotta stop hoeing Wonder Woman characters. I just think about Cersei and Creature Commandos. And like the justification for it was, oh, she got incapacitated because she has to use her hands to cast. And I'm like, this woman is almost as powerful as Zatanna. Like, come on. Start wearing purple, wearing purple. Da 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 da. Start wearing purple for me now. But yeah, it was a good show, but it ended up going to shit because you want to know what happened? They killed the actually, no, that's a spoiler. They killed one of the best characters in the roster as like a abandon your humanity thing, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Vampire Diaries? Can we not? And then actually no. They killed a good character, and even though it made sense, they didn't know what to do after that. Like that nigga was such an OG that they literally had to make 3 new characters to add to the roster to fill in the void. That's how great that character was. Now, fortunately, one of those characters that were added was Patti LuPone. Patti LuPone, for those who don't know, Patti LuPone is a famous Broadway singer, and for people who aren't into Broadway stuff, she's most known for her role playing as Yellow Diamond in Steven Universe. But in Penny Dreadful, she plays as Vanessa's therapist because this is the aftermath of that one season finale when so and so gets murked. Because like it was devastating to everybody. Like people were straight up quitting and shit. Because a lot of stuff was not going to plan. It was a hard time for everybody and their mom. And like I just hated the final season because I thought it was some bullshit. Because like they have one of the characters throw away their humanity, and I'm like, okay, even if you throw away humanity, that doesn't mean that you have to fuck on one of your enemies and shit just to say that you've abandoned God. Like I feel like you can still have standards in who you're fucking. I don't know. Like you were literally beefing with this person. And they're literally part of the problem. Like they're part of why you were miserable in the first damn place, dumbass. I was just mad. So mad that season. But there were some good things about it. They actually made Dracula a brown man, which is semi okay. It's always a mixed bag when you make Dracula into a brown man, because on one hand it's accurate because dude was Romanian. On the other hand, oh no, how accurate to Dracula are you gonna be? Are you gonna keep the race? They didn't keep the racism, thank God. Da 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 da. Now the American Weather song is kicking in. That means I'm getting close to finishing. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. And it's 1 in the morning and DJ's patching up the chords. Everybody's full of cake, staring at the floor. Mumble that it's time to go. People gotta get up early and it's Gotta go. Okay, so for context, Ivia, if you weren't in the chat during this time, there's like this sequence where after, the bride was made, she's like beefing with Frankenstein, and like that's what I was thinking about. That nigga was an incel in the Creature Commandos version. Honestly, he's low key an incel in Penny Dreadfuls. He's an incel in general. Like he's a fucking loser. And like I do want to preface that he's still like a victim. One could argue that even though Mary Shelley was mainly commenting on her experience with having a miscarriage and being in an emotionally absent relationship and stuff, and she was also talking about like the ethics of science when it comes to medical experimentation and stuff as well. One could argue that Frankenstein can be used as commentary on pro-life politics, because like you got a character who's obsessed with making life, but then when he actually makes it, he fucking abandons it like an asshole, and that ends up being a disaster for everybody involved. Because Frankenstein probably wouldn't have been an incel if he was actually given like some proper raising. The monster, I mean. Canon Frankenstein actually was acquiring maidens. He was just buried in his studies. But like in Creature Commandos, the bride was made for the monster, but she ends up liking Victor instead, and the monster ends up getting rid of Victor out of jealousy and stuff. And the bride is pissed off because she didn't like your ass, and then you killed somebody that she cared about, even though Victor ain't shit. But still, did you think this shit was gonna work out? So like, there's this whole sequence of her running away from him, and then he keeps finding her, and she keeps beating his ass, and it's like throughout the decades that this is going on, while the song "American Wedding" plays. Okay, I'm almost done. I just gotta shade the roses in the background, and then it'll be done.
Yay.
But no, that sequence with the bride and the sequence with GI Robot, it's good shit. With the coin operated, but I wish that GI Robot was real. We need him, like expeditiously. We need him. I swear to God. Like, please, Jeebus. I do think that Jim Gunn can pick a mean playlist, even though he's managing shit wrong with DC. And I said that he's managing shit wrong because like um this is supposed to be the first I did something foolish. Give me a moment. I had to rethink my whole life decisions.
Yeah.
I should have separated this layer. But now we know better. Now we're smarter than the average bear. I'll say that in front of Atlas.
Why would you do that?
No, I said it. Forget it about Atlas. And he was like, hey. And I'm like, hey. Nigga, you in STEM. I thought it was implied that it didn't apply to you. But he was just like, don't insult my brother. I feel so sorry for Atlas. Because whenever we watch Golden Kamuy, he got to watch his brethren die.
Nobody seems to care what happens to be wolves.
There are no wolves dying in Golden Kamuy, though.
Well, I mean, like, just generally in media.
Yeah, but like people don't care about dead animals in general. Like, I don't think that people care about bears either. I feel like people are a little bit worse with bears, cause like with the wolf thing, is farmers beef. With bears, it's just like, big animal that can fuck you up. I take that as a challenge. And it's just like, how about you leave them the fuck alone? Are you trying to die? Worst part about it, like with wolves, it's terrible because it's kind of hard for them to defend themselves against humans. With a bear, it's fucked up because, like, the chances of you getting fucked up are really high, and yet you're still doing it. Like, one is cruelty, one is cruel, but also fucking stupid. There's like recordings of people who weren't even trying to hunt them. They were just camping, and they were unfortunate to have a grizzly bear be in the area. And grizzly bears, they have no fear. It's fate on sight. Sun bears, it's like that, but with worse claws. Probably the only bear that you could deal with is a black bear, because black bears are cowards. Like, they'll charge at you to test boundaries, but if you hold your ground and they're like, my fault, OG. I wasn't familiar with your game. Like, my bad. They'll bow out and leave. Like, have you seen those clips of like gorillas when they're like charging towards a person at a zoo and they make direct eye contact and then they turn their butt towards the person because that's like an act of humiliation? Like,
Oh my
black
God.
bears don't do exactly that, but it gives that coin. Operated boy. Okay, we're gonna finish by the end of this song because this is a lot longer and it's also best song. I'm not taking it on. It's the life, dramatic joy, and it's what I want. Coin. Operated boy. You know, this song is about somebody dealing with the depression of isolation and having to turn to a vibrator for the closest thing to like romantic intimacy. And this song was used for G.I. Robot as he was mowing down a bunch of fucking Nazis. Like, oh my god. But you know, the song kind of makes sense because it's just like it's automation that's for one thing, and once it's done its job, you abandon it until you need it again. Because dude is like a relic of World War II. Because, like, okay, here's the story of G.I. Robot in the context of Creature Commandos, right? He is a robot that was made to fight Nazis. He was not a military robot made by the Allies to fight the enemy. His directive is very specific. And why it's so specific is very important to the plot of Creature Commandos. Because, like, how he ended up joining the group in the first damn place was because he was arrested for killing a bunch of Nazis at a Nazi rally. Because somebody ended up finding him at a pawn shop. And he was, like, one of those war collectors and stuff. And it's crazy because, like, the dude who worked at the pawn shop, because he gets a lot of his collectible stuff from there, he was like a brown man and stuff. But I'm guessing that the dude wasn't telling the brown man what exactly he was collecting, because you see hints throughout his house when he like finds GI and like puts him back together and stuff, because he did some minor repairs and then he fed him some gas so he could reboot and shit, because he's a really old machine, literally World War II. And you see hints because he has a Confederate flag folded up somewhere in his house, and then he also has the imperial flag, and you know, first cousins, right? First cousins. But like he's like treating GI all nice and shit, and they're watching war movies together and stuff. And GI genuinely likes this dude because he's like the first person that he's had contact with in literal decades. And he's super nice and lets him pet his cat and all this other kind of shit. And then he drives him to a rally because he was just like, "Oh, I think you would be great for the cause and stuff." And we're gonna meet with some people who wanna to fight for what's right and da 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 da. Dude sees that it's a damn Nazi club, and he's just like, "Damn, I gotta kill this dude." I like that. Like GI is strictly dedicated to his programming, but that doesn't mean that I wouldn't say hesitation because he did kill without hesitation, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't have like any commentary on his job. Because when he was asked questions from a scientist that found him like after his directive was achieved, not when he got arrested, but before that, he was just like, what about what you want? And he was just like, what I want is irrelevant. Are there any Nazis to kill? But like, he's just like, if I ever got to do something beyond that, I would like to hang out with my boys in Easy Company because that was the unit that he was a part of. Okay, I think this is done. Let me send a screenshot to the client for final feedback just to see if there's anything I need to adjust. Like, I feel like I'm done. That doesn't mean that I'm done. What I want a coin operated board. Operated voice. I loves me. Love me. That's what I want a coin operated boy. Let me erase that one light thingy because it don't look right. It looks different on my phone. Music starts together. Let me text Frenzy. Freedom is finally mine. I'll get the feedback later, but that's pretty much all I wanted to do this evening. So we're gonna sign out. We're gonna see who we're gonna raid. Who's streaming right now? Let me look at my following list. Inside. Oh, Baby Blue. That's cool. Baby Blue Arts. She's somebody that I met from work. She's like one of my coworkers' granddaughters. And she's also new to VTubing. We're gonna go raid her stream. She's doing art. So, say bye, Zivia.
See y'all.
Y'all stay above the water. Stay with us, though. Freedom is finally mine. Okay. God damn it. I typed it wrong. Okay, let's go. We're gonna raid in about 7 seconds. But thank you all for coming. Thanks for listening to me, Zivia ramble, or me ramble to Zivia. But we're gonna go. Stay up on the water. Let's go raid.
Hi, Jayla. Welcome, welcome.
Oh, I forgot to do this shutting down.
By the desperate, confused emotion of the youth, I was brought to crisis island. When after getting checked for fleas and barricades of embassies, I was sculpted to be overworked and silent. But since the early age, I broke out of a cage and learned how they can mercy trap from fish can. And I knew I would run away, and so without further delay, I said 2 tears in a bucket, motherfucker. And it seems like I ran and ran through the garbage and quicksand. And after getting checked for fleas and barricades of embassies, I never, never, never wanna be young again.